Now on CoastTV News.
Shoppers stocking up on groceries and drivers filling up on gas. Preparations in full swing ahead of the snowstorm. And how this winter storm is already wreaking havoc across the U.S.
Well, the winter storm we've been warning you about has indeed arrived, and we are under a winter storm warning. Could see up to 12 inches of snow before it's all said and done. I'll give you the latest tracking on this potent storm.
Protecting your pipes, key to keeping your home safe in this weather.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
A winter storm fast approaching as we take a live look outside into Milford. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis. Thanks for staying with us after Sunday Night Football. We begin tonight with new warnings from state officials ahead of the snowstorm. New tonight, Delaware Governor John Carney has activated the National Guard to support snowstorm response. And the Delaware Emergency Operations Center is also activated. In Maryland, Governor Wes Moore declared a state of preparedness, and there are no driving restrictions at this time, but that could very well change. And as we take a live look back into Milford again, let's turn it straight away to the man who has been tracking the storm for days, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams.
We have continuously told you about the potential of this storm, and it seems like it's beginning to become more and more, well, concerning. We have the winter storm warning in effect, and it stays in effect right now until basically Tuesday at about 4 o'clock. So the time frame has been extended, and now we're just starting to see the snow begin to overtake the region. So we're starting to see some snow manifest along Highway 13 in Greenwood and Bridgeville, as well as King Crossroads. Scattered snow showers just starting in Gumboro, as well as Millsboro and along Highway 113. And this also reaches down to the south. Now, we also have the winter storm warning in effect, not only for Sussex, but Dorchester, Somerset, and Wacomico. And that's until 7 o'clock. So this part of our viewing area is going to have 3 additional hours of dealing with this snow shower activity. And we're starting to see that snow push through Colburn, Whiteburg, Snow Hill, Newark, as well as Ocean Pines and Ocean City. And then to the south in Girdle Tree, George Island's Landing. Here's a little better view of how it's crossing the Chesapeake Bay and continue to stay pretty cohesive right now. On top of this, we're concerned about the winds. We have a gale wind warning in effect from Ocean City on down, watching out for 45-mile-per-hour winds. And an additional gale wind watch, and the difference is this is for 30-mile-per-hour winds off of the Sussex shore. Generally speaking, we're looking for the heaviest bands of this storm to really kick in, for sure, just as we're going to go into the first Monday, in which a lot of folks are expected to go back to work, but with this snowstorm that's pushing through, a lot of the schools and a lot of the businesses are closed, and rightfully so, because this is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the spear that is heading in our direction. Now, coming up, I'm going to break it down city by city and hour by hour about what's going on with the storm and how it's going to march its way through our neck of the woods. Christina?
Okay, thank you for that, Paul, and we'll check back in a little bit. Now, grocery stores, hardware stores, and gas stations, they've all been packed today. It has been a while since we've seen this much snow forecasted in Delaware and just on Delmarva in general. Now, Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Milton right now. Emma, you spoke with people who spent the day today trying their best to prepare.
Christina, it really does feel like the calm before the storm out here, except maybe not totally calm. People I spoke with were preparing and just anxiously awaiting to see just how severe this storm could be. People buying groceries, snow brushes, and getting gas, as DelDOT gets equipment ready to hit the roads ahead of Delmarva's first snowstorm of the winter. Rick Betts was at the Redners in Georgetown getting last-minute items.
Well, we think we're supplied pretty good at home so that we don't have to go out. I think we're ready for it. You know, if it's going to last more days or if we lose electric, then I'm not sure. But other than that, I think we're ready for the snowstorm.
With the storm on their minds, shoppers were stocking up on items like paper towels, non-perishables like soup, canned vegetables, eggs, and milk. Markeisha Davis and her mom Angela were at Wawa in Milford preparing.
Yep, just to have a full tank just in case any emergencies.
And with the anticipation comes a lot of excitement, especially for Brittany and Andrew Broniker and their little ones.
It's exciting. This is going to be their first snow, so we're excited to kind of let them go out and play in it for a little bit and see how they react. It'll be interesting.
Bracing for winter weather in Sussex County. Right now, the grass is still green and the ground is uncovered, but snow has already started falling across the Delmarva Peninsula, and it's closing in on Sussex County as we speak. Christina, back to you.
All right, thank you for that, Emma. And it looks like a lot of students are going to get the day off tomorrow. Here on the coast, Cape Henlopen schools, Indian River schools, Sussex Academy, and many more are officially closed tomorrow due to the snow. And you can watch our crawl to see all the schools that are closed or head online to CoastTV.com. Healthcare systems also making some changes due to the storm. Emergency departments, of course, are open. Tidal Health says all your Docs In locations are closed until noon, and primary and specialty care systems are closed for the entire day. All BB Medical Group primary and specialty care locations will not see patients in the offices tomorrow. BB says another assessment and update will be provided at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. And you may be seeing online a lot of snow emergency routes. A snow emergency was actually declared in Lewis just a little while ago. So if you're wondering what that means, listen up here. In towns, emergency routes are designated roads that are treated first so that cars, especially first responders, can get through. And oftentimes there are parking restrictions on these roads. In Lewis, they say parking on those streets is prohibited after midnight. And we do have an article with Lewis's emergency snow routes, and Milford and Georgetown's also over on CoastTV.com. Sussex County Emergency Management says it is possible that roads will be impassable for days and power outages could occur. So here's a few things they say you might want to have that you might not think of right away. One thing, a flashlight and batteries. Another is extra prescriptions, as it may be impossible to get to the pharmacy. And this one's interesting, kitty litter. It could help build traction and prevent slips on the ice. New tonight, the city of Milford has a message for those in town about the snow. The city says remove cars by midnight tonight from snow routes, including routes 14 and 36. Also, there will not be Christmas tree recycling or trash pickup, so the city says to bring those items inside and prepare for power outages. And by the way, Coast TV News will be your source for everything having to do with this winter storm. We will have coverage on TV, over on CoastTV.com, and our mobile apps, and on our radio stations. So just again, we are your source for this winter event. So tune in for us and we'll have everything you need to know. And the massive winter storm, it's on its way here, but it's already been causing treacherous conditions and crippling travel as millions of people head back home following the holidays. Jen Sullivan is tracking these storms.
A monster winter storm bearing down on millions of Americans. The powerful weather system stretching across at least a dozen states from Kansas to the East Coast. Nearly 70 million people are under winter alerts with blizzard-like conditions, dangerous ice, and wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour.
It's rapidly coming down, getting worse.
This Kansas Highway Patrol trooper telling drivers to stay home. He shared this terrifying photo of a car smushed between two semis, and these photos of near whiteout conditions on Interstate 135.
There are some really bad conditions out here. There's a lot of snow, significant amount of snow.
In multiple cars and semis spinning out on the icy roads in Missouri, the Missouri Department of Transportation warning drivers not to travel.
We ask that you take steps to prepare yourself.
In Kentucky, state police sharing this photo of a mangled patrol car that was hit on I-65. The treacherous weather coming as millions of Americans return home from the holidays. As of Sunday afternoon, FlightAware reporting more than 1,000 flights canceled and more than 3,100 delayed across the U.S.
It's going to be that coating of ice first, then the snow is going to come down on top of it for some of these places, which makes it even more dangerous because you simply cannot see it.
It's not just the Central Plains and Mid-Atlantic experiencing horrific weather. In the South, 22 million people are under the risk of severe storms, including tornadoes. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Now, one big concern in these cold temperatures is pipes freezing and your heat going out. CoastTV spoke with Habitat for Humanity about how to keep your home warm and winterized.
Pipes are in an unconditioned or unheated area of the house, and for some extra protection you can use this type of pipe insulation. You split it open just like that, put it around the pipe, and just let it close itself back up. And that's going to, again, insulation doesn't heat things, it stops the transfer of heat.
And Monday morning on CoastTV News, in just a few short hours, tune in for live coverage of the snow and more on how to winterize your home. And all day on CoastTV, tune in for CoastTV News for live winter weather coverage. We will be with you every step of the way as this storm is coming in.
Now, we're under winter storm warning, and listen, the snow has already arrived, possibly dumping snow at a rate of 1 to now, with the new information, possibly 2 inches of snow per hour. I'm going to pinpoint how much we'll get and where it's going to fall near your town coming up.
And after that, a look back on the week's biggest stories. It wasn't just snow. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Ants are usually considered a nuisance pest and enjoy a slightly better reputation than other home invaders like cockroaches and mice. But recent studies indicate ants carry germs. Those ants in your kitchen aren't just helping themselves to your food, they might be contaminating it. Call Brazier's Pest Control to sign up for our premium protection plan. We'll keep your home pest free year-round. Call 1-800-908-1000.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
The new numbers on this storm, a bit interesting. First of all, the timing has changed and the amount of snow we expect has been enhanced in certain areas. I'm going to detail that for you step by step here. So let's kind of walk through all this so you'll know what to do and what to expect and prepare yourself accordingly. Our Spicer Brothers camera in Salisbury, we're at 35 degrees. Now, we have snow, according to our radar, that's falling right now in the upper atmosphere. Not quite reaching the ground yet, but it's here. And we are expecting for the snowfall, now that it's on, to not cut off anytime soon. We have a winter storm warning in effect. That means we're watching out for some serious snow to fall, possibly up to 12 inches in some areas. Now that includes all of Sussex, and we can see that snow that's making its presence felt. This is going to start falling in Ellendale, Kings Crossroads. We're seeing some snow right now in Greenwood, Bridgeville, as well as Bryant Park. Also, for the folks living in the Ward community, Gumboro, Millsboro, starting to see some light snow beginning to fall there, Frankfort, as well as Selbyville. Then we have an additional winter storm warning in effect for Dorchester, Somerset, and Wacomico. Now, this one will stay in effect until 7 o'clock Tuesday. That's 3 hours more. For places like, Coburn and Snow Hill, Girdle Tree, Wellborn, and Pocomoke City, that's already starting to see the early beginnings of this storm that's pushing through. Now, we're seeing wave upon wave that's making its way across the Chesapeake Bay area, and it's only going to get stronger and thicker as we go along. Now, we add on to that the concern for winds. And blowing snow is going to be a problem because it's going to be so cold that what snow that falls is not going anywhere. It's not going to melt because it's just too cold for that to occur. So these gale wind warnings that we have of 45-mile-per-hour winds from Ocean City down to Chincoteague, that's a concern along the beaches. Even the gale wind watch, which is 30-mile-per-hour winds, will be a concern in Dewey Beach, Rehoboth, Lewis Beach, Indian River Inlet, and all of the beach areas. And we anticipate that this is just one of several waves, actually picking up some isolated pockets of storms. In fact, I was looking up some of the climatological data of this storm. We've actually had some thunder snow associated with this as well. So this is one really wily kind of a storm, okay? Here are the new numbers. 8 to 12 inches of snow. 8, the very least. That's the best case scenario. 12, the worst case scenario. I think we're going to fall in at about 9 to 10, to be honest. But most people would think, well, it's going to get worse as you move north. No, it's actually going to get worse as you move south. Right along this line here, that's where I'm expecting the worst of the snow to hit. So we're upgraded from 8 to 12. Timing, Easton at 1 o'clock, heavy in Sussex by 2 o'clock, and then heavy everywhere at 6 o'clock. And we're looking at a rate of 2 inches an hour in southern Sussex and Ocean City. That's where I think we're going to have the targeted area. You see, at 8:30, this is the purple, the deeper purple, which indicates a rate right around 1 to 2 inches of snow. And you'll notice that purple, then it cuts right off where I just said. You see that right there? That color difference, right? That's the key. That unlocks exactly what we're talking about here. Ocean Pines, Newark, Pittsville, Salisbury. That's why I think those areas are going to get 2 inches of snow an hour. Then it backs off for Monday afternoon, Monday evening, but then we have another wave that'll kick back in for Tuesday morning at 1:30, which is why we're not going to get out of this thing by 4:30. One more thing, and I know you don't want to hear this, but I need to tell you anyway. We're going to be really cold after this, so the snow's not going anywhere. And the wind chill factor is going to fall to like 3 degrees. And as you take a look at the extended forecast, unfortunately, I'm expecting another snowstorm for next Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, man. All right. Thank you for that, Paul. Well, from an emu on the loose to New Year's Eve on the coast, there was a lot going on the coast this week, and Charlie Sakaitis has a look at our week in review.
Monday, signs of bird flu showing up along the coast, wild birds found dead with presumptive positive tests, an added scare on Delmarva where poultry is the biggest industry going, though James Fisher with the Delmarva Chicken Association claims growers are committed to preventing the disease from reaching their flock. Tuesday was New Year's Eve, and CoastTV took a look back at the year in review, from political shakeups to historic elections, medical waste on the beach, and more. You can find our full year in review on CoastTV.com. Wednesday marked the start of a new year, and that means a whole bunch of new laws went into effect, including a new minimum wage in Delaware, the state's lowest wage workers getting a bump from $13.25 an hour to $15. On Thursday, emu on the loose. A big bird escaped from its pen in Wycomico County. At one point, it was hanging out on the side of the road by Route 50, but it managed to steer clear of capture for days. And Friday, Delaware brining the roads. It's just one of many preparations being taken ahead of weekend snowstorms. And for all your snowstorm coverage this weekend, make sure you keep it tuned to Coast TV News. For your week in review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Still to come on Coast TV News, celebrating Three Kings Day, what the holiday means to our community.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country Cares is hosting a Code Purple Drive on Saturday, January 11th at Boulevard Ford in Georgetown. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate non-perishable food items, warm clothing, cleaning supplies, and more for shelters and those who need it most this winter. For a complete list of items for January 11th, go to coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
When you're ready to build an extraordinary custom home or an exceptional commercial building, Brendan T. Warfel is here for you. From high-end residential homes to customized commercial facilities, Brendan T. Warfel will provide you with honest and upfront pricing, personal service, and stunning finished products. Choose quality. Choose Brendan T. Warfel.
I build every home as if my family's going to live in it. If my name's going on it, it's going to be done right. I guarantee it.
With Brendan T. Warfel, excellence comes standard.
When the temperature drops and the days get shorter, the energy ignites inside. This winter, the Delmarva Sports Network takes you into the thrilling world of high school wrestling. Watch the Peninsula's best athletes battle on the mats, from takedowns to game-winning pins. Download the DSN app now and never miss a moment. This winter, it's all about high school wrestling, only on DSN and DSN Plus. Stay ahead of our ever-changing coastal climate with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team. From the early morning to the late evening, our team is always at work to deliver the accurate forecasts you need. Whether bracing for a stormy day or enjoying a peaceful indoor moment, We're here to ensure you're fully prepared for Delmarva's diverse weather patterns. The Coast TV First Alert Weather Team. With us, the weather is more than a forecast. It's a part of life.
This afternoon, a community gathering in Milford to celebrate Three Kings Day, which is tomorrow. Three Kings Day is a holiday that celebrates the day the three wise men arrived with gifts for baby Jesus. Telemundo Delmarva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman was there in Milford, and she shows us what this celebration means to our community.
A community in Milford learning about Three Kings Day tradition in Mexico, Spain, and Puerto Rico. Kids were able to create their own crowns, three kings, and build a box and fill it with grass for the camels. For Neida Albarran, director of the Culture Club PR and event organizer, it is one of the most magical times of the year.
So this is a tradition that's deeply ingrained in my fiber as a proud Puerto Rican, but also as just a Hispanic, a member of Latin America.
For Alma Diaz, who is from Mexico and shared with the kids how the tradition is celebrated in her country, it was a special moment.
What it means to me is everything. It's amazing seeing the children learn about our traditions in Latin America and for them to understand the history of Three Kings Day and do the crafts that Miss Nita has prepared for them, and it's wonderful.
The three wise men, Melchor, Gaspar, and Baltasar, arrived there and delivered gifts to all presents.
I saw them reacting, and in my heart, the child in me was reacting with them and was so happy to see that they were equally as excited as I was when I was a child, seeing the magic of the Magi suddenly appearing in an unexpected place.
This was a beautiful day for the children and their parents. It was heartwarming to see their excitement. The Culture Club PR is already looking forward to next year's celebration. In Milford, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
After the break here on Coast TV News, saying farewell to Today Show icon Hoda Kotb. But first, new information about bird flu on Delmarva, where chickens contracted the virus. That's up next on Coast TV News.
Capture your favorite moments at the Coast TV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The Coast TV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get Horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
This is a community where my zaniness fits in just fine. Because I go to Rehoboth Beach, they love me because I'm zany. I go to Lewis, they love me because I'm zany, I guess. Or they tolerate me, you know. I go to Milton, I go to Salisbury, and just people are more accepting than you would typically give them credit for. That's an overall wonderful, even playing field, is connecting with people regardless of the background or the culture. It is really surprising how diverse this particular area along the coast is specifically.
Basketball is back, and it's nothing but net on the Delmarva Sports Network. From tip-offs to buzzer-beating plays, don't miss a moment of the action. High school hoops all season long on DSN and DSN+. This is Coast TV News at 6.
New tonight, lab results have confirmed a case of bird flu in a Kent County chicken flock. And also new, the Department of Agriculture says it appears the virus came from a wild bird. You may remember over 850 wild birds were reported dead to the state. First, it was hundreds of snow geese in Prime Hook. State agriculture officials say all poultry farmers need to monitor their flocks for illness. And we do have an article with all of the symptoms to look out for right now on CoastTV.com. Well, Monday marks the beginning of a week-long farewell to Today co-anchor Hoda Kotb. She'll depart the show after Friday's broadcast, but leave behind an indelible legacy. And Mark Berger reports on Kottb's impact on Today through the eyes of her colleagues.
Hoda is officially the co-anchor of Today. Let's give her a round of applause.
It's an affection for Hoda Kotb.
People can't get enough of her.
That's only grown.
Oh yeah, this is the cool crowd.
Over her 7 years on Today.
Go Dogs!
Hoda is loved by every single person on our crew, in the control room, the producers, every person on the plaza, everyone.
Years with Dateline prepared Hoda to tackle each morning's top stories.
Is there an ongoing search for others?
But away from Today's anchor desk,
Let's go check it out. Come on.
she's been just as much at home.
You got it, girl. What did it feel like today?
It's the Hoda effect. And there's just nothing in the world like it. And everybody feels it.
Because the source is genuine.
Do you feel strong?
When I think about Hoda, I really do think about her heart. That's who she is. That's what guides her.
And what makes it difficult
I'm so happy you came.
to pull her away from fans on the plaza.
And sometimes we're like, we got to run inside for our next segment. She's like, I'll be right there, just one more. I mean, she never stops.
You got a whole restart.
A warmth and sincerity felt one-on-one.
Hoda doesn't do interviews. She has conversations.
Often with people already in the public eye.
I had no idea what you'd been through.
And they forget the cameras are there. And so they say things that they may not normally say. And that's magic.
But just as compelling, talking to people thrust into the spotlight.
Just 2 days after losing their loved ones, family members said they forgave the shooter.
Can I forgive you?
How hard were those words?
It wasn't hard at all.
When Hoda sat down with those folks who were connected to that massacre in the church in Charleston, that's a story that will always stay with me.
What sticks with Al Roker is a staff surprise his friend and colleague helped pull together.
The funny thing is, during my whole time in the hospital, I never cried. I cried that day because it really did mean the world.
Part of an impact felt in front of and behind the camera.
Hoda's always been able to take the work seriously without taking herself too seriously.
But some serious tears are in store Friday.
Nobody wants her to go. Nobody wants her to go.
It's the end of a unique chapter for Today.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. I'm out.
But the start of a new one for Hoda Kotb.
We're proud of her. And we can't wait to see her fly.
Mark Barger, NBC News.
And you can catch the Hoda-bration, celebration, all week. That's right here, exclusively on Coast TV. And people in Atlanta are paying their respects to the late President Jimmy Carter. On Saturday, Carter's current and former Secret Service detail moved his remains from rural Georgia to the Carter Presidential Center, where his family held a private ceremony. A steady stream of mourners have been coming and going at the Carter Center since Saturday evening. On Tuesday, President Carter's casket will be flown to Washington to lie in state in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol building before the national funeral service. That's on Thursday.
We have a winter storm that's crippled the Midwest, and now it's on top of us. The winter storm warning will stay in effect until Tuesday. I'll show you the latest on this huge storm.
Ever feel lost in the world of real estate?
Imagine a partner who transforms confusion into clarity, who stands by your side from the first question to the final signature. A professional who knows the market, ensuring that your journey is as smooth and successful as possible. This is the value of a great realtor. With Pam Price, you're not just making a move, you're moving forward. So why do you need a realtor? Because with the right one, you can find your way home.
Hi, I'm Tommy K. Morse.
And I'm Tom Morse. We are your local family-owned roofing contractor serving Sussex County, providing long-lasting, dependable roofs, roof repairs, storm damage restoration, insurance claims assistance, and complete roof replacements.
For more information, give us a call at 302-663-0042 or visit us on the web.
There's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morse.
Success is a deeply personal concept for me. It's about fulfilling a passion and serving others. It's about living in alignment with my values. Exactly what I've done with Capstone Homes. County Bank is my partner, and with their unwavering support and shared values, together, we've built more than homes. We've built a legacy of success.
We're legendary locals bank, County Bank, member FDIC.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype, from playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases. We highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
What you're looking at right now is actually the cold before the storm, and that cold sets the stage for the snow when it hits to stick around for a while. We're at 32 degrees in Cambridge, for example, dew point of 18. Relatively dry, but we're looking for the snow showers to start and to continue on. By the way, keep up with your forecast. You can call our weather line. It's active and updated. It's sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstedt, Mondellis, and Federico. So let's take a look at what's happening. First of all, the winter storm warning is in effect for all of Kent as well as Sussex. We're seeing the light snow beginning to make its way towards us. This is actually where we would see more flurry action than anything else. A little bit heavier towards Cambridge, we just showed a picture of it. A lot of this is falling in the upper atmosphere, not quite reaching the ground just yet. Fear not, my friends. It is going to happen. It's happening right now as we speak. In fact, some of it is reaching the ground in Westover and Kingston, as well as Princess Anne, and along Highway 13, where we still have the active winter storm warning. Folks in Ocean Pines, West Ocean City, as well as Gulf Club Shores, started to feel that coldness and the cloud cover thickening up as that moisture builds up a little bit more, because this is that push that's coming from the west and moving towards the east that will bring us that snow shower activity. Once again, this is just the beginning. Remember, we are expecting for the snow to hit throughout the rest of the morning, because we're at 12:18 right now, and then really hit heavy at about 6 o'clock in the morning over the entire Delmarva Peninsula. Our numbers, we're looking at 8 to 12 inches of snow for most of us, and then 6 to 8 inches near Snow Hill, and 3 to 4 south of that immediate region. So here's what we're talking about. By 6 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at the heavier or the deeper purples there. That's going to take over the entire state by then, and it sticks around going into Monday and Tuesday. So keep that in mind. Here's a look at the extended forecast, and watching out for another round of snow possibly on next Saturday.
Thank you again, Paul. And just another reminder, Coast TV News will be your source for everything having to do with this winter storm. We're going to have coverage on TV, on our website, coasttv.com, our mobile app, and all of our radio stations. So tune in. We're going to have all the information you need for this expected snowstorm. And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News after Sunday Night Football. If you're looking for some more local news, local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. We'll see you in just a few hours for Coast TV News Today. That starts at 5 a.m. Have a great night.